Hello, I'm Louise from BeHealing.com. Let's do some tarot for the week, for the collective this time. It's for divine masculines and divine feminines together. Told to do them together for this week. So let's do it and let's see what the guides have to say. Tending the future. We've got to start looking toward the future and getting ready for it. This has been coming out in the personal readings too. Oh, and by the way, I'm doing personal readings and energy healings by donation at the moment to be flexible. So go to my website, behealing.com. You can donate whatever it is that you want. I'll ask your higher self what you most need and then deliver it to you, whether that's a reading, whether it's an energy healing, or whether it's both together. Tending the future. We need to get ready for the future now, for the new earth, right? The big systems, the big structures that have been placed, they have been giving us the illusion of being for our benefit, for everyone's benefit, you know. For example, so the food systems, right? So we seem to have food systems that make it very convenient for everybody, right? And the corporations might have fooled you into believing that they were doing it that way to feed the world. Well, that's not what they did, is it? That's not what they've done. No. And so instead, we need to distance ourselves from those structures now, because they're doing it to control, right? They're doing it for the opposite reason, so that if we do not comply, they can take our food away from us and starve us to death, and we don't want that. So turn into the future for me now, for the collective, divine feminines, divine masculines, was we need to get ready to live in the new earth now. Start getting local. Source your food wherever it is. Get to know your farmers and the farmers market and all of that, the local area, so that you don't have to rely on those systems anymore. So anything that you can do like that to distance yourself from those systems, the better. Don't rely on them, because they're all going to come crashing down, I'm telling you. What else have we got here? Guardian and generosity. Right. So we need to exchange our gifts. If you've been watching my shorts, we had one the other day saying exchange our gifts with our communities. Be generous. When you've got something to give and you can share it and you can take care of people, absolutely do that. Of course, always using discernment. You've got to choose those people that are open-hearted, the good people. You know, we don't want to be sowing our seeds with those controlling, narcissistic, sociopathic types. It's just a waste of energy, right? Guardian is talking about taking care of yourself, but that you will be taken care of as well. And so when we find the good people, be generous with them, right? That good karma is going to come back to you. Remember, we're moving into the new earth time now. And so a lot of your gifts that you're going to get back and are going to come in very different times, you know, with very different systems and all of that. Perseverance. Hang on in there and breathe. I know it's difficult times, especially if you're online and you're watching the news and all of that kind of thing. It's really difficult times now, but hang on in there, says the Perseverance card, and breathe through it. So tend to your nervous system. Listen to your nervous system. If your nervous system is freaking out and because you've just watched the news, well, stop watching the news, you know. Don't keep yourself terrorized by watching these things and then have to keep on doing your yoga and your breath work and all of that kind of thing to like compensate for that. Instead, nip it in the bud at the source. Don't surround yourself with those things. Okay, let's get some tarot out for the collective. What are we starting out with? We have the Two of Cups and the Queen of Wands. You know what? I knew there's going to be love coming out in this. I could just tell it, because they said it's for everyone. So they wanted us to know both sides of it. Anyway. Queen of Wands and the Two of Cups. So the Queen of Wands is the feminine energy. Queen of Wands, she gets stuff done. She takes action. She's very attractive as well, the Queen of Wands. But I'm just getting this fiery, passionate energy that the feminine's in at the moment, and feeling like you're on fire and you can do anything. You're feeling good about yourself. And Two of Cups. There's a love match coming in here. I'm going to get deeper into that shortly, but let's get some more tarot cards out first. Yeah, See what's going on with these cards. Next up, we've got the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is the dreamer, the fantasizer, thinking about your utopian dream, you know, the new earth, and perhaps thinking about relationships and what would be ideal for you. Now is the time to dream really big. Really big. Now we've got 3 cards coming out here as well. The High Priestess and the Star come out together. The Star is all about your wishes, and the High Priestess is about your intuition as well. You know, life isn't just about, as Law of Attraction teachers might have you believe, just making our wishes and them just showing up in front of us. it is more about our personal growth and becoming who we can really be, right? And so there's this mixture between free will, us doing things, and then the divine, the divine path, our higher selves path for ourselves. And so that's what I'm getting from this. There's your wishes. Dream big. Page of Cups, about those wishes that you've got. What would you like to create? A lot of people at the moment thinking about intentional communities, or like having places or land. If you've got land, or if you've got like a property, how can you use that for the community in the way that you'd like to use it? Or perhaps bringing people together, a place with a lot of small businesses coming together and working together to create something bigger. It could be anything like that. And so there's this fine line between your path, that's where your intuition comes in. You're being fed signs, ideas, and all of that from source, from your higher self, and your wishes, the stuff that you've been holding dear in your heart and fantasizing about. And then we've got the Knight of Cups coming out here. He's all about romance. So that's forward movement in romance. Let's find out what this is all about. So we've got the Queen of Wands out first with the Two of Cups. So as you're in your element, Divine Feminines, in comes Two of Cups, a love match. Lots of cards about this. Seven of Inspiration. Getting a lot from this card. It's about protecting yourself, but it's also about the big reveal after that, in this deck especially, right? I'm getting that some of you, Divine Feminines, you've been in protection, you've been hiding away, you've been in hermit mode, and just as you're feeling like, I've got this, I can take care of myself, I protect myself now, I'm loving myself, I can put myself out there more, I'd like to create something with people around me, on that kind of an energy. Like I said, with this Queen of Wands, you're getting something done and your energy's out there. It's you coming out of that protection mode, and as you do that, in comes this love match. Ace of Inspiration. You're fired up and it's a passionate start. Could be someone that's already around you. Yes, Five of Voices. It's going to cause some angst. It's going to cause some anxiety in you because of what you've been through in the past. The very reason that you went into hermit mode in the first place, that the very reason you're protecting yourself in the first place. But this is very much a coming out thing. Be aware that there will be some internal chaos. This Five of Voices, it is about that internal battle, that it will bring things up in you when this love does come in. Like, there'll be part of you that doesn't want to do that. You really enjoyed being by yourself, haven't you? And having your own space and doing your own thing and all of that kind of thing. But it feels like it's a good thing to me, this. Now, this could be a short-term thing for some of you. Just with that Five of Voices there, it might be the one that helps you to just face what's coming up within you when, you have this offer of love. There's discernment behind that. Wow, yes, discernment should be behind everything, right? Discernment. So, choose wisely. Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the green flags. See someone for who they really are. Give them a chance, but also take your time to get to know them. Be discerning. Last thing we want to do right now is to let somebody who doesn't have your best intentions at heart, one of those narcissists or sociopaths or all of those kind of people without empathy. That's the last thing we need right now, right? Page of Cups, be optimistic though, and lean into your fantasies at the moment. Great, it's a great time to lean into our fantasies at the moment, because we're creating the new earth. We're creating it with our collective consciousness. And so what you're wishing for right now is really important, right? This new earth is coming about because of our collective consciousness of wanting more, of wanting better, of wanting peace, and wanting, to live in love and sharing and all of that kind of thing. This is why it's happening. And so instead of watching how all of the other stuff is falling apart, which is scary because we're reliant on that and that's what we've known, instead of looking at that, instead we need to continue this great movement of focusing on what it is that we really want. Muse of Materials, that is the King of Pentacles there with the Three of Voices. So yeah, that's what I was just saying, right? The heartbreak, the Three of Voices of the Muse of Materials, the King of Pentacles, that energy. You might have mastered your material resources and that might be going downhill. Now, if you mastered yourself, your material world in capitalism, then good for you. But that's falling apart now and we need to shift and do something in a different way. So know that this is coming up to deal with, We've all gone along. We're all born into capitalism. We went along with it, right? It's been an interesting trip. But yeah, just be aware of that there might be some heartbreak as those systems do fall apart, because part of it we will have liked. I mean, it has been very convenient, hasn't it? Until it wasn't. Until you have to do like 3 jobs just to get by. You know, it was convenient until it wasn't anymore, until we really had to work for that convenience. Anyway, be aware of what we'll be missing out on, because we want to include that into our fantasy, right? The good parts of it. The good parts of it. Like, it's incredible to have that inspiration and that desire to want to create something that's bigger and better for the community, you know, for people. And capitalism does have some of that effect, doesn't it, to kind of urge us to do that and to get rewarded for it as well. So we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater here. We want to keep those good things going. Slow but steady. And so as we're going through this stage of noticing the bad stuff falling away, part of us being heartbroken about that, dealing with that part of it, trying to stay on this, fantasizing about the positive things that we want to see, slow but steady. You know, it's just going to be this, it feels like a seesaw to me, you know? Like going back and forth, like, oh yeah, and like, oh no, oh yeah, oh no. And we will get used to that and balance ourselves out within that process. The Star and the High Priestess. So this is about free will, the balance of free will, and also our spiritual paths as well. The Star says that you've been wishing for something, you've been really hoping, and there's the Star again, you've been really hoping for something, and that is going to come to pass. Some of you, like within the next 2 years, there's going to be big changes in your life as well because of that. And so hold on to that. Your spiritual path. You see, I'm just getting that some of you might be thinking, my spiritual path isn't for me to have this thing that I've been trying to manifest, because it's not been manifesting. But we're going through massive changes right now on this planet. And so something could be right for you in 2 years' time. Do you know what I mean? It could just come about easily. It's the same 2 cards. Can you believe that? That is just confirmation. I thought when that second card came out that it might be exactly the same thing. Tarot, it's weird, isn't it? It's funny. Both exactly the same cards. So that's saying I was getting the exact right message in that. So what's behind that, please? Don't lose hope of your dreams. Don't lose that hope in your heart for your dreams coming to pass just because you couldn't do it on a certain timeline. Home is behind that. So this could be about property, about building something. You know how I was talking before that some people at the moment are really thinking about like making conscious communities if they've got land, or perhaps you want land to do that on, or want a property to do whatever it is that you want. I would love to have a property and some land to build a healing center. So like a retreat place, but not retreat, just like a normal rolling kind of weekly program, and perhaps some special guests and stuff like that too, where you can come and stay for as long as you want and join in all of the program that's going on. I would love to live in and give that for everyone else. You know, provide that service for everyone else, and bringing in, you know, say maybe other healers, and perhaps a business for catering, you know, someone that's really into all of that, and someone that wants to do the gardens, and, you know, just bringing in lots of different businesses together and running that together. That is something that's inspiring me at the moment. But, you know, universe, yes, please. So what's yours? Let us know in the comments below. Knight of Cups, what's going on here? There's forward movement with romance for sure. We've got the Moon. So, not revealed yet. Now, it feels like, you know how I said with this 2 of Cups, I might not have completed that thought out loud, but it feels like some of you have got someone on the horizon here, like someone that's already around you, and you might be thinking, they're interesting. Yet to be revealed though, it's not coming out yet. And so this reading is about notice who is around you, because even if it's yet to be revealed to you that this is your person, or this could be a romantic relationship, it is going to be very successful. Like you two could be doing something together that's going to lead to a lot of success. So, you know, I'm just getting this feeling like it could be very slow moving toward romance, like toward making that connection. Because those of us that have been doing the work, the divine masculines, the divine feminines, we're guarded right now. We're really guarded right now. And I believe from the astrology that that's going to lift early next year. And so slowly, this forward movement in romance, you might know who I'm talking about. There's someone around you at the moment is what I'm hearing, and you might have been clocking their energy, but yeah, don't expect it to come fast with that moon. It's a masculine energy. There you go, ladies. It's a masculine energy. Okay, interesting. Well, let's get deeper into that love then. It's been a while since I did a reading like this. Tell us more, please. We have a look inside yourself. Examine what's causing you to feel this way. There's definite in this reading this week. It feels like there's this chance of forward movement in love, in other things as well. But then there's this other stuff that's holding us back. There's this feeling of having to address what's coming up inside of ourselves when we feel like moving toward our dreams. You know, there's always that bit of sabotage us, that bit of this is why I haven't done it already, this is why I don't really want it. You know, it's that look inside of yourself for what is holding you back from love at the moment. And life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you'll be surprised where it leads. So love is unfolding at the moment. Let's get one of these out. Just fixing a power tool right outside my room right now. Open up to change. There you go. New moon in Aquarius. Open up to change. So change is coming about, and it's coming slowly in order for you to deal with what's coming up inside of yourself. Yeah, I really feel like somebody is there on the horizon. It feels like you've already paid some attention to them, but there's no connection made yet with that moon card, or very little connection made yet with that moon card. It's yet to be revealed. It's yet to be spoken out. Can you give us more, please? And like I said, yeah, if those people that have been doing the work are kind of guarded now. Excuse me. We've got confusion and respect. So there's a respectful distance at the moment, which might be making you confused. No movement toward each other at the moment. Oh, yes. Okay. So somebody's lonely here, perhaps both lonely, but very wary of people using you, you know. Have you seen what's going on out there online? I don't know. I've got myself into an algorithm where I'm shown these just like single people's like reels and stuff. You know, like men complaining about women and women complaining about men, and I get more of the like the speech prof stuff and all of that, people stitching videos of these incels, you know, and it's just a mess. I don't want to hear it, but it's so tempting to click on that stuff. Anyway, there seems to be a lot of lonely people at the moment, but everyone is so wary of being used, so much so that all these videos, well, a lot of them, you know, it's about men saying, what do women bring to the table? Like not wanting to accept, not wanting to give a thing, and wanting the woman to bring everything. And then likewise, there's the women on there saying, well, what are you offering me? You need to be offering me something. There's all of this selfishness going on at the moment, because I think everyone is hyper vigilant about this. They don't want to be used anymore. We've given so much in relationships, men and women, you know, before we got discerning, before we realized how to spot those red flags in men and women. We all got into relationships with the wrong ones, right? And that's made us really wary. But there are good people out there. And if we just got together with each other, all would be well, all right? So that's just a little bit of information there on why now everyone's holding back. Something to work through there. Interesting. Well, look at all of this. Lots of money on the table. I'll tell you about it very shortly. Okay, the first card that came out was Queens. Money's coming to you. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. And then a boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or a windfall. Somehow you're going to win something, especially if you've got those dreams. Start. Part of your path might be winning something. If you've got like an idea, you know how I was saying about that wanting to create a conscious community. I mean, you don't have to do that. Don't let me implant a dream in your head saying that that's what you should do. It's just that's what's in the energies at the moment, because we need to be tending to our future now. Because if we keep on relying on those big structures, they're going to fall apart. We're really going to be landed in it, right? We need to start shifting now to the local community, so that when those things fall apart, we're like, we're all right. We already made those shifts. We saw this coming. Candle, you will be shown the way. Mule, someone's extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Yeah, don't let that be you at the moment. We really need to be getting ready now. Tend to the future. And Seahorse, family matters. So for some of you, it's not a winning, it's an inheritance that might be coming through to give you some land. Could just be perfect timing for it to come, for you to be able to create your dreams. And that's it, because I'm losing my voice. So there you go. That is what I've got for you for this week. For the week starting Sunday, the 7th of September. Who knows if the guys tell me to do another one of these for next week, but have a really good week. Have the best week ever, in fact. And I'll see you next time I see you. Bye.